When my son was 2, we drove 21 hours to Disneyland in 3 days of driving. It wasn't as bad as you'd think as far as his behavior was concerned. He occupied himself with this magnetic drawing pad most of the time. It also, quote-unquote, helped that my husband broke his foot right before the trip and had to sit in the back seat of the van with his legs stretched out because of his immobilizing boot thingy. So they were sitting next to each other the whole drive there and back. We also listened to a Walt Disney World CD on repeat the whole drive. Yeah, that was an interesting trip. Fun. But it had its actually fun, broken wheelchair, broken foot, spending 6 days in a car driving together, not having Disney tickets before we actually got there, bad haircut the night before the trip moments. Anyway, with all that being said, would I drive down again? Probably not. We spent 6 days in a car that would have been more fun, not in a car. But it was cheaper than flights for so many people, although there was 2 hotel rooms for 2 nights on the way there and 2 hotel rooms for 2 nights on the way back. So just consider all of that before you decide how to get there. Lots of people drive and make it a fun road trip. If that's you, yay! Pack lots of snacks and maybe more than one music soundtrack option. If you want to fly, these tips could help. You first want to decide what airport you want to fly into. The main 2 options are LAX in Los Angeles or John Wayne Airport in Anaheim. There is a third option in Long Beach. You could check that for pricing, but it's not as popular to use as the other 2 airports. LAX is often the cheapest, depending on where you're flying in from. It's a very large airport and it can take anywhere from 45 minutes to 2 hours to get to the Disneyland area, depending on the time of day, traffic, etc. If you're not renting a car, you will have to consider how you're going to get to your accommodations. You can book shuttle services through companies like Carmel Shuttle, Super Shuttle, or Diamond Driver Guy. You can take a taxi, or you can take an Uber or Lyft. John Wayne Airport is much closer, and the drive can take anywhere between 15 and 45 minutes, depending on traffic. The flights can be more expensive, but the difference in cost might be worth it once you factor in your transportation costs to the airport. The transportation options are the same as with LAX. You can also look into bus options between John Wayne and the Disneyland area as well. The optimal time to book flights depends on several factors, including your destination, travel dates, and whether you're booking domestic or international flights. You can also set price alerts on some websites to let you know if the price drops on a flight you're interested in. Let's break it down. Alright, so I have a handy dandy chart here for domestic flights and for international flights. So for domestic flights, just keep in mind you want to start monitoring prices about 3 to 4 months in advance of your trip and aim to book about 1 to 2 months before your departure date. Also consider flying during the middle of the week, as often flights are cheaper on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. And try to avoid last minute booking because you're going to have a lot higher prices if you do that. For international flights, you're going to want to try to plan a bit earlier, start monitoring prices about 6 to 7 months before your trip, and try to book 3 to 5 months in advance. Again, try to be flexible with your booking days, as weekdays are often cheaper than weekends. And definitely just plan ahead. You don't want to do anything last minute, otherwise you're going to be paying more for your flights. A lot of times, booking directly through an airline's website is cheaper, and it's easier to resolve problems, change reservations, etc. if you're dealing directly with an airline versus a third party. Consider paying a bit more for the option to change your flight if necessary. That being said, there are sometimes good package deals for flights and hotels through websites like Expedia, Orbitz, Priceline, Travelocity, Kayak, Cheap Tickets, or even Costco Travel if you're a member. You can also ask a trusted travel agent if you're used to using them. They might have some suggestions as well. Also, consider getting travel insurance to protect you from unexpected surprises that might pop up. And keep in mind reward points, either booking with reward points or using payment methods that get you a lot of points to use in the future. Also, some credit cards have good travel protection as well, so look into the benefits that your card might have to offer. So yeah, flying, it's a great option. It's also hard with young kids if you have them, so good luck either way. Learn about getting your theme park tickets in the next video. Stay tuned. And if this is too much to remember, grab a copy of my ebook when it's released in early September. It's packed with everything you'll learn in these videos, plus extra secrets, tips, and some Disney history to make your trip even more magical. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.